Hi, I'm Jake Bruton with Aero Building, and today on the Build Show, we're going to talk siding at our Spring Valley Aero project, and I'm going to give you 4 tips for better results with siding. Okay, tip number 1 has to do with lap siding. So we have a 4-inch reveal lap siding here. We use these little gecko gauges. We've been using these for probably 10 years. They are fantastic. They're adjustable on the side, so we can work with just about any lap that's common in the United States. And all you do is slide the thing in, and then this little cam lock tips up. Now this piece, then I'm able to set my next piece of siding on there. I've actually seen installers put up 12-foot pieces of siding with 2 of these and 1 guy. That really changes your workflow. I also really like that I can undo that cam, make a small adjustment, and I can see the size adjustment that I want to make there, or here rather, so you can see the gap between the gauge and the next piece. That way if I need to make some small or slight adjustments, one of the things that we always think about as carpenters is, well, is it level? Well, the siding or the cabinets or whatever it may be, in my book, if it looks level and straight, it is level and straight. Doesn't necessarily have to be level, which is surprising when people hear me say that. I'm more looking for looks level and straight than level. This siding is going to go up and connect with a soffit, and it's going to terminate at a soffit. It needs to terminate parallel with that soffit so that that last cut piece of siding is actually the same size all the way across. That's going to make it look level even if it's not. So I like to use the gauges in conjunction with a level, and I'm hoping for level and straight and gauged correctly. But most importantly is the reveal at the end, or the reveal at the top of a window. So tip number 1, I like these gauges. Don't forget, just because they set the dimension doesn't mean you can't adjust it. Tip number 2 actually comes with lap siding as well. So a lot of the manufacturers say you need to treat the end, or you have to caulk where this butts against something. So what we're doing is we're hiding that joint to protect it. So this is a custom trim piece that we made around the door, and here I have one of our custom outside corners. So this is a Versatex PVC, and you can see that what we've done here is we've laid in our siding and left it back from the edge. That way, when we put this outside corner on there, the joint that they would be asking for us to caulk is now covered. Anytime that I can take the opportunity to eliminate a sealant that needs to be maintained and a maintenance cycle on the outside of a home, I'm gonna be happy. The thing is, with a maintenance cycle, is you have to ask the clients to be in charge of that, or you have to charge them for that. So why don't we just get rid of that product, and then we don't have that same concern? If we can eliminate it and it costs our client less time and less money, why not? Next, we have, let's see if we can get it there. We have an artisan product from Hardy. This is a V-groove in the 8-inch. And you can see that it is a really clean, nice looking product. This product's about double the thickness of their traditional lap. And where we've mitered those corners, that can be a really challenging thing. You're pulling tape measure from 2 different directions. You're hoping that that slightly wonky edge of OSB is detailed. Here's our tip. We have our gutter crew actually bend some 90-degree corners for us. And by bending that 90-degree corner, we are able to then make a connection from piece to piece, and that gives us a solid place to pull our tape to. And that's a really awesome way to accurately measure and produce a little higher quality work. The fourth detail that I'm going to include today is, if you are face nailing a siding, which we're actually going to end up doing here in the future, if you're face nailing a siding, you got to have the right fasteners. So they probably need to be stainless steel so that you don't have to worry about them getting wet and leaching. But second, we don't drive the fasteners all the way with the nail gun. We adjust our nail gun to leave the fastener slightly proud, and then we go back and finish everything by hand. That gives us consistency. We don't have to worry about overdriven visual fasteners, and we're able to then really fine-tune the details throughout the project. So those tips are know the layout. So know that you don't have to be level, you need to be straight and appear level. Those gauges are fantastic. Eliminate as much sealant on the outside of a home as possible. In my opinion, we should be waterproof before the cladding goes on. There's no reason to caulk that cladding if we're not worried about water getting behind it. And then making those little metal corners for mitered corners really saves a ton of time in measuring. And then pay attention to your fasteners when you're surface mounting. So until next time on the Build Show, don't forget to check out Wade with WKP Construction, Brent Hall with Hull Historic, and Steve Basic, the other guys on the Build Show Network. I'm really happy that they're contributing as well. Check me out on Instagram, Jake.Bruton on Instagram. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.